Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's your brother Bolo Live Show. We here, Bolo V&R on the Bolo Live Show. You know, this is my secondary channel. Let me just do a quick sound check right here to see whether or not, y'all hearing me clearly for the replay. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. How y'all doing this Sunday morning? We got a very interesting show for you. Came across this story about a week ago. I've been sitting on it. All right. All right, so my audio ain't that good. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plug my How you doing, CX? Good morning to you. What's going on? Salute. I think y'all gonna like it. I gotta make sure how my sound going. You got Ed in the building. What's up, Ed? Mic check, Yeah, I sound way better. Way better. Let me get my headphone right and let's get into it, man. How y'all doing though? Hope y'all slept well. Hope y'all feeling good, in good spirits. So, came across this story. I don't know. Let me just put this disclaimer out there. What we're about to hear, I don't have any idea or clue as to if anything this brother is saying is true. Apparently, this is his experience in Hollywood, but I thought it was just an interesting story. Even if he's not telling the truth, man, if he made this up, he should write movies. He's very talented. Let me just say that. All right. So, based off what he told me, based off what I heard from this man, like I said in the title, his life never was the same after this happened. All right. Hollywood house parties revelation. Accurate on the thumbnail. All right. That's what this is all about. So let's get into the video.
I really appreciate it. Enjoy the show. So this,
of course, fair use. This is for educational and entertainment purposes. Let's continue. Let me turn down my music a little bit. I think it might be a little bit too high. Yeah, I just need it to be smooth in the background like that. You think he's telling the truth, CX? You seen this before?
story is the reason I stopped making content for 5 years. You guys remember when all those Vine stars and skit Instagrammers moved to LA in like 2015-ish? So I wasn't a huge creator at the time, but I was there in a
2015. Mark that date down. 2015. All right.
Around it all as all of that stuff was happening. I moved from Chicago to LA 3 weeks after high school with like $2,000 in my pocket that I saved up working at Steak and Shake with this other aspiring creator named David. I was much more into editing and being behind the camera at that time, and he was much more into Vine and vlogs and being on camera. That time of our lives was absolutely crazy. Everybody was broke, posting anything we could onto YouTube to get some attention.
Man, listen, as a young YouTuber, I could understand just posting anything. I'm throwing everything at y'all to see what sticks, to see what y'all like, to see what y'all interested in, to see what pulls the crowd. I definitely don't want to be one-dimensional, so I could understand from a YouTuber perspective what he talking about, what he talking about there. Sounds good so far?
Happened to get a spot at the now notorious 1600 Vine Apartments, and David got a spot a little bit closer to USC. Everyone was collaborating with everyone, and it was the era of clickbait YouTube. And to be honest, it was
the era of clickbait YouTube. YouTube has come a long way because you see how they be changing up the stuff. Damn, what's going on with my thing? Okay, you see how they be changing up stuff, like YouTube is all about having authentic or organic, results, like what the Blister T is doing. Oh, she better stop that ish, because when they catch up on her, that is her channel. It's done. You gotta read the rules and regulations on YouTube. Like, that's one of the things that they're not tolerating at all. But let's continue. Shout out to 2015, the clickbait era of YouTube.
Extremely fun for the first few months, until Hollywood started to notice that influencers were the next big thing, and that the landscape of the industry was changing, and we started to get invited.
Influencers was the next big thing. Do y'all remember that? When influencers really started to shift the landscape? Was it around that time, 2015, 2016? Can somebody corroborate that was paying attention? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section after, for those that watch the replay.
To more exclusive parties and events, where it seemed as if old Hollywood was almost grooming new Hollywood. And there was rumors of this one gathering that was happening on a monthly basis, where it seemed like anybody that got invited saw a massive jump in their numbers. Security
rumors. How many of y'all ever heard about them rumors? About that party that's going on, and after those people actually, go to that party, then they start blowing up out of the blue. How many stories that you guys have heard? How many people that you have observed? Because, sometimes you follow people up from the inception of their actual growth, and then you see this big, they just blow up. How many of y'all noticed that and thought to yourself, how did things change so fast? And you know what's funny? If this should happen, and you start to think that, and you start to ask those questions, guess what people are gonna say? Oh, he's just hating. He's just hating.
Huge brand deals right after attending. But apparently this gathering worked on a buddy system. Someone had to vouch for you and bring you as a guest. And by blind luck, me and David ended up getting invited. Some talent agent saw me and David shoot a silly skit at a random party. He didn't invite us that second. He just told us that he saw something special in us and took our contact information. And listen, people do that all the time.
He saw something special in them. Wow. Okay. I don't know. Man, Jamaica's a different culture, man. Jamaica's, and see, one of the things to note about this, he mentioned in the beginning of this video, he moved to this city and he was away from his parents. Man, I think you should be independent, but I think you should stick close to your family in terms of where they are. Because especially when you're very young and you're going out on your own, yeah, I think you should still stick close. Because if this is true, then they were very intentional about who they targeted. A certain type, a certain demographic, just leaving high school, coming to the big city, living alone, far away from your parents. Now you're open to the wolves. He said, it seems some people actually was there, but quite a G. Oh, okay. CX, you really into this? All right, I see you, CX.
In LA, but this guy had a different feel to him. He wasn't trying to convince us he had connections or hype himself up like everybody else does. He was just super calm and had a sharp way of speaking that demanded respect. He was extremely brief, and after getting our numbers, he just said, "Look out for the invite," and walked away. And this is where it gets weird. I never gave this guy my address. I only gave him my number, but I ended up getting an invitation by letter. And at the time, I thought that was so cool. But in retrospect, as an adult looking back at it, that alone was a huge violation of privacy and a major red flag. But at the
bingo. Okay, so you gave him your number. I mean, even if he can access or search into where you live with your phone number, that's kind of creepy, right? I mean, seriously, that is kind of creepy. If this story is true, that should have been his first red flag. I don't know about y'all, but I be looking for them red flags, boy. And if something don't feel right, my spirit turn, I'm out of there. Yeah, you kind of creepy, sir. You just found out where I live and sent me a letter. I respectfully decline, and I'm out.
The time when I tell you I was absolutely buzzing with excitement. When I got it, the letter was so extravagant and detailed. It was gold with black and red lettering that read something like, "Your talents have been noted, your name has been endorsed," and I'll never forget this part. "The dreams you've been chasing are a night away through the seventh heaven." And the address.
See, this is where things being too good to be true is really things being too good to be true. Listen to that statement again that is in the letter. That's crazy.
Got it, the letter was so extravagant and detailed. It was gold with black and red lettering that read something like, "Your talents have been noted, your name has been endorsed," and I'll never forget this part. "The dreams you've been chasing are a night away through the seventh heaven." And the address was a beautiful home in Laurel.
The dreams you've been chasing is a night away from seventh heaven. Man, sounds too goddamn good to be true, boy. I tell you.
Canyon that was set to happen that weekend. It also noted to not be a minute late and not to expect to leave before midnight. And at the time,
what is this thing about midnight? I've been hearing all them Hollywood stories. I heard a brother say, "Listen, man." Denzel told him, "Man, yo, make sure you a good brother." Is it Denzel? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I was watching this short video. Brother said he goes to them parties, but he leaves way early before midnight because they say that's when the devil comes out. Allegedly. I'm just saying. What is it about midnight, bruh? What is it about? I'm not saying I believe none of this. I'm just saying it is weird that it's like it's the same type of arguments and story behind the stories that you hear from people, bruh. Like, I'm telling you, it's insane. What is it about 12 o'clock? You know what I mean?
it felt like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. And the excitement doubled when I got a text from David at the same time, in all caps saying, "Did you get one too?" I felt like our lives were about to change. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. I felt like our lives were about to change. And I was right. David.
Whoa, wait. So David blew up and you had to go into hiding. Now, see, this is where a good content creator comes in. The editing on this is crisp. Absolutely crisp. I have to give him credit. Bruh, if this story is not real, I'm telling you, you need to be writing movies. Yo, shout out to the content creator. This dude should be writing scripts. His name is Dougie Corrado. Let me see if you guys can see that on the screen right there. Oh, no, you can't. Hold on, give me a second. You should be able to see it now. Dougie Corrado. Right? Let me just, for those who haven't, man, he has 1 million views already. But, just for respect, hey, y'all can go sub up, man. The dude has a lot of good stories. Like, I think he's a storyteller. I don't know if this story is real, but it is definitely entertaining, at least. If you don't get any education from it, if you think it's just a farce, hey, it's, for me, it's still, I have more questions after listening to it than I have on just believing what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was going to go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed by good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, "Let me know how it goes," or "Can you try to get me into the next one?" And even some from bigger creators saying, "I'll see you there," with like a little smirk on their face, like they were pumped. Except for one
So they wanted to get invited to the next one. Wow. Boy, I tell you, boy. Following the crowd. Hey, you got to be careful, man. Hey, you got to teach our kids. Like, bruh, not everything that glitter is gold. You know what I'm saying?
conversation with a creator that most of you probably know. This creator is an extremely positive guy, and he's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building. The usual joy that this man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern, and he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything to me. Like he was scared that somebody was going to overhear our conversation. When we got up to his apartment, he was just pacing. Like he had no idea how to start this conversation. But when he finally spoke up, all he said was, "Listen, Doug, I know you're excited, but I'm begging you, please do not go. That man is not who you think he is." He was being so frantic, and I could see tears welling up in this guy's eyes. But I was young, and I thought that I knew everything. I didn't even think that.
Whoa, so see right here is this is a very important point of the video, right? In my opinion. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's play that back.
Conversation turned into real fear and concern, and he made me leave the lobby when he was headed. He's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building.
Yo, he looked at what kind of look you give somebody? What kind of facial expression you give somebody? Like a tsunami is coming to hit right now, bruh. That man, this young man was getting all types of signals, not just signals, but the dude was telling him, bruh, this is not it.
The usual joy that this man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern, and he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything to me. Like he was scared that somebody was going to overhear our conversation. When we got up to his apartment,
wow. So I guess when you get invited to this quote unquote alleged party in Hollywood, they got people watching you. So the dude was so terrified to even talk to him about the party and what he thought about it. He went up into the room. Wow, CX, you really into this stuff, boy. Look at CX. This is your element, god damn it. Shout out to CX.
he was just pacing. Like he had no idea how to start this conversation. But when he finally spoke up, all he said was, "Listen, Doug, I know you're excited, but I'm begging you, please do not go. That man is not who."
Wow. I know you're excited. So he was pacing around just trying to figure out how do I approach this conversation, according to the brother, right? And he's like, yo, man, listen, man, whatever you do, just don't go to this party. Sheesh. Wow.
Who you think he is? He was being so frantic, and I could see.
He said, he is not who you think he is. The man that gave him the invitation to come to the party. Wow.
Tears welling up in this guy's eyes. But I was young and I thought that I knew everything. I didn't even think the talent agent that sent us the invite was important. I was interested in the connections, and I didn't really care if the talent agent was shady or if his intention was to sign me to a bad deal. I thought I'd just say no to any bad contract that he tried to send, but still get to reap all the benefits of the party. So I tried to pry a little bit and ask follow-up questions, but all he gave me was, I have a friend who went and he hasn't been the same since he didn't cooperate. I don't know what he saw or what they did to him, but Doug, I do not want to see that happen to you. I don't know.
Wow. So the brother was trying to warn him that he has a friend that went to the event and he's not been the same since he rejected them. Damn, bro. I mean, he was young, so, you know, he's not thinking. He didn't seek advice from family. You know, he needed somebody that was close to him to be like, bruh, at least do some investigation on the person that actually refused what they were offering at that event. But then he's saying all he thought about was if they were going to offer him some bad contract, he would just refuse. Damn, he thought it was just that simple, huh? And like I said, if this dude is lying, oh, he needs an award because he knows how to tell a story. Because he's so detailed with it, it's ridiculous. Listen.
What he saw or what they did to him, but Doug, I do not want to see that happen to you. I start reassuring him that they won't make me do anything that I don't want to do. I don't even drink, let alone take any party favors. So peer pressure isn't much of an issue for me.
Man, talk about being young and gullible. So he thought he had everything together. He had all the answers. He just didn't know what he was walking into, huh? Damn, son.
Up a lie to get out of the situation, because to be honest, I selfishly wanted to stay excited about this party, and I really didn't want to hear anything negative about it. So I jokingly told him that I texted him when I got home and that I had to leave to edit some videos tonight.
No, for real though, I can relate to this dude because I was young at a point like we all were, and I had that same attitude, bro. I had that same attitude, like, you telling me this, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just gonna have tunnel vision because I'm excited about this thing, and you're not gonna ruin it for me. How many of y'all that's listening now, or those that watch the replay, how many of you guys can relate to that? When you was young, like you was like that. I know I was for sure. Man, listen, what?
Really doing was calling my dad to beg him for $100 to buy a rental suit. Mind you, we were all still poor, and I was living in an apartment that I could barely afford. My dad reluctantly sent me the money, and I immediately texted David to pick me up tomorrow at 5 p.m. so we could both get our suits before the party and grab food before we head to the party at 11. When David picked me up the next day, he was so excited and in such a great mood that I had to hide my concerns from him, at least while we were shopping for the rental suits. I had to manufacture excitement because David always has his camera out, and I wouldn't just be spoiling the mood, I would be ruining the content that he was trying to record. So I went along with it throughout the shopping process.
Now, I don't know who this person is, this content creator that he's talking about that blew up. But the reaction that I saw originally of this video was from a dude that kind of was saying, yo, he thinks he know who it is. Like, when he said he always has his camera out, like he knows who that content creator is. I'm curious, do y'all know who it is? Like, CX, do you know what content creator he's talking about? It looks like you did a lot of research about this particular story and this stuff. All right.
Our plan was to drop his car off at my apartment, walk to the In-N-Out Burger on Sunset Boulevard, eat, and then change into our suits in the bathroom and hop into the Uber, so we didn't smell like burgers. When we finally sat down to eat, I took that opportunity to bring up the warning that my friend gave me the day before in his apartment. I told him everything that he said to me and how scared he looked when he said it, and that I was feeling a little bit worried about going to this party. David cut me off before I even got to finish my sentence and firmly said we're going, and then went on.
Wow. So David was worse than him. David was worse than him. Like, yo, I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. We going. Damn, son. Boy, I tell you. Mind you, both of them is coming out of high school, very young, and trying to make it on YouTube, approached by somebody that convinced them that, yo, there's something special about you. You guys have extreme talent, and I could take y'all to the next level. Y'all living in LA, living out the dream, boy. Living out the dream. The American dream, right? Whew. Boy, I tell you.
A rant about how my friend is a jealous cloud chaser and that he's just salty that his content isn't good enough. And
wow. This is where the ego comes in. So David is like, your friend is a jealous content creator. See, it's not always jealousy. It is not always jealousy, bro. This is where discernment comes in. This is why I think their parents needed to be around. Honestly, for him and his friend, both their parents needed to be around. And hopefully their parents had discernment. Hopefully their parents could have protected them from the situation. I think that's the best bet. Outside of your parents, you know, somebody that they look up to, yeah, that too. But man, that ego, boy.
would never be invited to something like this. He said it in a half serious, half joking tone like he always does when he wants to get his way. Then he finished off by guilting me and saying, Doug, don't ruin this opportunity for us. Please.
Damn. Oh, the guilt card, huh? Damn, bro. Young man, you know, close friend, man. Almost roommates. Boy, it's tough.
Just get through this part for me. I'd never heard anybody talk about my friend that way, but I'd known David for so much longer, so I trusted his judgment. So I nodded my head and called the Uber. We changed in the bathrooms and hopped into the Uber, and David starts recording again. So I have to pretend to be excited again. But once we got off the side streets and started driving up Laurel Canyon, I started getting anxious and internally panicking. If you're not familiar with Laurel Canyon, it's filled with beautiful homes, but at night it's extremely dark and borderline freaky, especially when you consider all the history with the Manson murders in that area. Part of me...
Manson murders? What? Bruh. See, again, he had a lot of moments to bail from this. He had based on what I know from the story, listening to it already, I listened to it once, I ain't gonna lie. So me breaking it down, this is why I'm pausing it, because it's like, I already know the conclusion, but it's like, damn, all of this led up to the point where it led up to. You know, you had all this opportunity to just fall back and let your friend go by himself. Just trust your instincts. You know what I'm saying? This is a teachable moment, man. See, you gotta lead. And leading means sometimes it means walking alone until the rest of the people realize, damn, he was right all along. You know what I'm saying? It takes some time for you to get that respect, but at the end of the day, follow your intuition, man. This is a teachable moment. Follow your intuition.
Me feels like we're dropping ourselves off into a setup. But once we arrive, all of my worries get washed away. We pull into the driveway and this house is beautiful and extravagant. And everyone waiting in line to walk in is smiling and laughing and friendly. So I get excited again. At the door, they take our phones and have us sign an NDA, which isn't uncommon in house parties like this in LA. And they give us a map.
Now that would have been a red flag for me. I'm not entering nobody's home that I got to sign an NDA. Bruh, I'm out. Peace. Let's meet in the public space. We don't need to be. It's not even that serious, bro. Yeah, that is too much. So you said since 1989, been studying for truth, becoming conscious, plus work in college library for 5.5 years. Wow. He can go back 2015, 2016. Find popular influences. Okay. The mansion haunted in the movie Rosemary Baby. So that's actually a real story right there. Wow.
Mask and the name tag with funny aliases. My mask looked like a bear and David's looked like a bird. My alias was Stardust, which David got a crack out of, and his was Banshee. We enter what you could call like the lobby of the house. And as we're walking in, the apparent host of the party starts giving a speech. This man is very eccentric and outspoken.
So everybody got a mask on in the house. If you didn't catch that. You sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, NDA, and you get a mask. You got to keep your mask on, all right?
Spoken. And he's got the cadence of a late night show host. And I spot the agent that invited us standing right behind him. The speech was basically just encouraging everybody to have fun and explaining the itinerary of the night. Apparently this was a themed room party, and all of the guests were instructed to move to the next room whenever the grandfather clock chimed. He wrapped up his speech with some cheeky joke. And then one line that still irks me to this day. He said, "Have fun now. Our descent starts at midnight."
Have fun now. Our descent starts at midnight. Bro, what is going on with midnight, bro? This should give me the creeps listening to it all over again. What the hell going on with midnight, bro? The descent? Descent means to go down, right? Am I bugging? Am I tripping? What the hell is going? Where are you going? Where are you descending to? At midnight, man. What the hell is going on?
Try to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going. This type of behavior from people that I saw as adults made me extremely uncomfortable. The moment the host wrapped up his speech, a couple of workers came out of the doorway. They were holding a couple sets of long poles. All of a sudden, music started playing and everybody seemed like they knew what was going on. So I just went along with it. So I guess these parties start off with a big game of limbo. It's funny seeing people dressed so nicely playing a silly child's game, but it's even weirder seeing A-list celebrities being so excited to play because
A-list celebrities. You heard that? So according to the dude, A-list, not B-list, not C-list. A-list celebrities was there, all participating in this childish game. Isn't that weird? This is all alleged, by the way, but isn't that weird? Huh? Roman Polanski, bro. CX, you gotta hit the link. You gotta hit the goddamn link. I'm just trying to tell you.
Everybody had masks on, but when somebody that you grew up watching in movies walks by you with a quarter of their face covered, you still know it's them. I was amazed with how inviting and willing to introduce themselves these people were. I was expecting at least an undertone of uppityness in it, but it seemed like everybody was involving everybody in conversation. And
that's weird. A-list celebrities that, and you're a regular Joe, and all of them is just nice. Now, all celebrities is not just nice like that. Nah, especially A-list celebrities. Yeah, that was definitely a red flag again, sir. Man, we should start counting these red flags this man had before it descended at 12 noon. God damn it.
they were frequently introducing themselves to me with their alias, of course. The only thing weird about it was something that I didn't notice until the third person did it. When they shook my hand, they pressed their thumb into the soft part between my thumb and my pointer finger. And I only recognized the pattern because the third guy gave me a big smile and said, "This must be your first time here." In retro,
Bruh, so you telling me that there's a secret handshake, bruh? Allegedly. So, oh, so that's like a test. That's like to know. Oh, so this is your first time, huh? Like you don't know what this means. This secret handshake, huh? Damn, son. Interesting.
Retrospect, this should have alarmed me, but it seemed like they got friendlier when they realized that it was my first time here. So I didn't really think anything of it. But before I got to ask any follow-up questions about this odd hand,
Why you think they would Why you think they would get friendlier because they know it's your first time, right? They want to make you comfortable, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
shake, the first grandfather clock chime went off, and everybody excitedly rushed into the second room. When I finally got in there, I was taken aback by the dramatic decor change. Everything in this room was different shades of blue. The music was romantic, and all the furniture was cabana beds and love seats.
A whole room that's the shades of blue. Romantic sounds. What the hell? This is creepy as hell, boy.
Stood there for a second trying to realize what was different, but I couldn't put my finger on it until some girl walked by and caressed my shoulder in a really flirty manner. The decor changed, but the way everybody was acting was drastically different. Before, everybody seemed to be outgoing and inviting and friendly, but the second they stepped foot into this room, they became touchy, flirty, and suggestive.
So from being polite and kind to being touchy, flirty, and suggestive. Like, remember, these people are A-list celebrities, but strangers. And now, don't you find it weird that everybody's in a room and they're all acting like sheep? These people that are A-list celebrities. I mean, isn't that another red flag, bruh? Like, how did the broski not? He was young still. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. Shit.
I was only 19 at the time, so this type of behavior from people that I saw as adults made me extremely uncomfortable.
See, there you go. He was only 19.
Especially when I saw that the cabana beds had curtains that you could close for privacy. And I realized that these people weren't just being suggestive, they meant it. I tried to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going, but he seemed to be really enjoying the female attention, so I was on my own. I basically stayed in perpetual motion and walked laps until the next chime went off. So I didn't have to sit next to anybody for too long and let them get too comfortable.
Wow, he avoided everybody by just walking around constantly. Damn, son, that was smart.
Clock finally went off and everybody rushed to the next room immediately. The weirdest part was the people that were in the private sections didn't even bother redressing except for the mask. I was in no rush to get to the next room, but I could see into it over the crowd of everybody's head. The walls were bright orange, but the smells that were wafting in from that room were amazing. And when I finally got in there, it was like the Hogwarts feast. It was table after table of the most delicious spreads I've ever seen. There was full tables for seafood, full tables for meats, full tables of sushi, and an entire wall of spirits.
Wow. That is very detailed. Like, they got seafood, they got, man, all types of meat. Boy. Whew.
I almost started enjoying myself until I...
Oh, and he said spirits. That's alcohol, so you already know what time it is. Isn't kids, don't you gotta be like 22 to drink in America? So he got invited to a house party where there was alcohol? Wow. Okay. Touchy-feeliness? Isn't that? Wow. All right. Okay.
Saw the way these people were treating this food. They were disrespectfully biting chunks out of delicious prime rib roasts. They were just...
Disrespectfully? How you bite that? How you bite food disrespectfully?
Shoving copious amounts of high-grade sashimi into their mouths. And
what is high-grade sashimi? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be stopping it, but yeah. I got questions.
Eating caviar like it was cereal. The way that they were just grabbing with their hands and just spitting out things that they didn't like onto the floor ruined my appetite. At this...
Oh, so they were being snobs. Like, they were being gluttonous and just, no real table etiquette, right? They was just grabbing food, covered in their throat. Sounds like somebody we know in this sector, in their throat.
I wanted nothing to do with these people. At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. So I went up to the only familiar face in the room. The agent that invited me was the only other person not eating. So I approached him and lifted up my mask so he'd recognize me, considering we'd only met one time. Before I even got out my greeting or got my mask halfway off my face, he abruptly pressed my mask back into place and sharply said, "Mask stay on till the 6th room." He did it in a way that seemed like I was embarrassing him for not knowing the
6th room. Why it had to be the 6th room, man? Damn, man. Boy, I tell you.
Rules. So to ease the tension, I jokingly replied, "So we're only halfway there, huh?" He didn't laugh or make eye contact. He just dismissively replied, "I encourage you to engage in the festivities. A slow drip is better than a flood." He started to walk towards...
Remember what he just said. A slow drip is better than a flood. He's encouraging him to enjoy the festivities. So they in the 3rd room, right? At this point, they got 2 more room before the 6th room. All right, let's continue.
The door as the clock chimed for the next room, like he knew it was about to go off. I didn't like that interaction at all. He's the one that invited me here, and he seemed to have no interest in talking to me. I just kept going over what he said the entire time while we were in the next room. This room was yellow and basically just a casino. I wanted to talk to David privately.
So we went from blue to orange to yellow. I don't know what's the significance of these colors, but let's continue.
And let him know that I wanted to leave. But he seemed to just be caught up in the momentum of the party. Plus, there was a roulette table in the room, and David's freakishly good at roulette. So at this point, the winning streak that he's building is the center point of the party. I can't fully focus on what the agent said to me because I have to pretend to be excited about David's winning streak in a fake casino where you're not actually winning money. And like clockwork, the chime goes off. The entire party starts rushing to the next room again, and the vibe changes dramatically. I'm the last person to walk into the bright red room. This room didn't seem to have
a bright red room. Gold goddamn figure. Lord have mercy.
specific activity like the others. It was just empty and bright red, and everybody was whispering to each other.
Empty and bright red? Every other room had furniture, but this one was empty and bright red. That's creepy as hell, boy.
For a split second, I thought it might be a big game of telephone or something silly like that. But as I started walking through and brushing shoulders with these people and hearing what they were saying to each other, I started questioning everything. The same people that I saw laughing and celebrating and eating together were whispering the most heinous, offensive comments directly to each other. I mean, things that you wouldn't even say behind your friend's back, they were saying it to their face. I'm talking friendship-ending secrets and personal opinions about each other laced with envy and jealousy.
Wow. Damn, bro, how did he make it to this room? How did he make it to this room, man? That's, bruh. Come on, son. Run!
Hurry to a
Run, Forrest, run!
quiet corner because I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half. And it all clicked. I knew exactly what this party was. I see the host ask the first person in line a question before having them repeat something that he said. When I tell you I am done with this party, I am absolutely not doing that. All the dots start connecting in my head while everybody's being horrible to each other around me. I'm trying to recap the whole night and remember the order of each room to solidify my suspicions. But the chime for the next room goes off. This time, everybody gets eerily quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come to the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next to him. I see the host ask the first person in line a question and then grab a book based on its answer. He would present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room. I couldn't make out exactly what he was doing until there was only 2 people ahead of me in line. The book...
Bruh, what the hell? Yo, hold up. Damn. Wait.
I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half, and it all clicked. I knew exactly what this party was. I see the host ask the first person in line a question before having them repeat something that he said. When I tell you I am done with this party, I am absolutely not doing that. All the dots start connecting in my head while everybody's being horrible to each other around me. I'm trying to recap the whole night and remember the order of each room to solidify my suspicions. But the chime for the next room goes off. This time, everybody gets eerily quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come.
So the red room was the 5th room. So you had red, yellow, blue. You had orange. I don't remember the first one, but man, wow.
To the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next to him. I see the host ask the first person in line a question and then grab a book based on his answer. He would present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room. I couldn't make out exactly what he was doing until there was only 2 people ahead of me in line. The books were Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, and
what? Hold up, wait. Bibles, Qurans, and Torahs.
Which one is yours? Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top of it. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, I am my own God, I bow to nobody but myself.
Oh, hell no. Oh hell no. No. We done. That is the final red flag. What did he say? What did he say? Hold up, CX.
Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, and which one is yours? Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, I am my own God, I bow to nobody but myself. When
he said what? Well, they said they are their own God and they bow to nobody but themselves. Damn. Wow. T-Rail, good morning, man. Whoa. Yeah. That's where you run. You bow to no God. You are God. That's what they be chanting. That's what they repeat before they enter this last room in a house party in a mansion in Hollywood. Oh, hell no. With all the stories I heard, bro, I don't even want to go near a mansion in Hollywood. Hell no.
And I tell you, I am done with this party. And I whip my head around.
Bro, I'm done with this story. You done with the party? This story you telling me, I'm done with it. I don't know what you was doing in that place. Bruh.
And I tell David, I'm absolutely not doing that. David whispered back in a joking tone like he always does. Dude, it's just a party. Who cares? I'll see you in the next room. And he skipped me in line to show me that he'd do it first to make me feel more comfortable. He went through with it and giggled his way into the next room. It was my turn, so I tried to play it cool and whisper to the host, do you mind if I skip this part? It's making me a little bit uncomfortable. I thought he'd subtly break character and reassure me that this is just a party theme. It's all good. Instead, he whispered back to me in a really kind tone. Of course, man, don't worry about it. Just take your mask off and turn around. I was relieved for about a split second.
Take your mask off and turn around. Okay, let's see what happens.
Where the agent that invited me here grabbed my arm and started guiding me towards the exit. And I see that everybody that was behind me in line is staring at me straight-faced. I looked.
Yo, that's creepy. That's creepy. They took his mask off and sent him out. And everybody's just looking at him like, bruh.
Back at the host, and he's standing up and loudly shouts like he's starting a chant. The price was not paid. And then everybody in line.
The price was not paid. Oh, so you got to denounce God, huh? You got to say that you're God. That's the price you got to pay, huh? Okay, I'm good. I ain't denouncing my creator. Hell no.
That was staring at me. Chance in.
Nah, I ain't doing that. I know there is a entity, a force, a intelligence that definitely created me. So I'm not denouncing that. Yeah. Nah, I ain't doing that.
In unison, like they knew exactly what to do. Remove the profane. And they repeated over and over until I'm through the exit door. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. The price
was not paid.
Remove the profane.
Remove the profane. All right, so we're going to do a little Google on that word. Profane. Why do they call him profane? What is the meaning? All right. Profane means not relating to, which is sacred or religious, secular. Oh, so he is religious. He's secular. He's sacred. Both are sacred and profane. Law, non-religious, non-church, temporal, worldly. A person or their behavior, not respectful of religious practice. Oh, we got Lions Dead in the building. What's going on, my brother? So they said the price was not paid. Remove the profane. So he was not respectful of their religious practice, which allegedly would be devil worship, because they're telling it. So it is irrelevant, ungodly, godless. Isn't that ironic? Just following the story, right? The dude went to a mansion party that he was invited to, 19 years old, went through 6 rooms is now going into the final room now. And because he didn't want to denounce God and say, what did they say? I am God and I bow down to, they said they are God and they bow down to nobody else but themselves. That's what they wanted to do, to repeat, and he was uncomfortable with it, right? So now he's the profane. The price was not paid. Remove the profane, remove the non-religious. Isn't that ironic that they're saying to remove an ungodly person? That's what they're saying. He's a profane, right? How is he ungodly for not denouncing God? Man, you got to be kidding me. That is funny as hell. That is alarming and funny at the same time. Wow.
So the agent just walks me to the closest door. He doesn't even walk me to the front of the party and out the front door. He just puts me out into the backyard. It's 4 a.m. My friend's still inside. I don't have my phone. So I decide to walk around the...
Oh, at the beginning of the party, they take your phone and you have to sign an NDM. So now he can't record shit. All right. And as a matter of fact, signing an NDA means he's not supposed to really expose nobody. You know what I'm saying?
The right side of the house, because that's where all of the party attendees were kind of headed. Let me see if I could peek in and maybe flag down David to let him know I got kicked out. And there's some windows to the next room, but of course these windows are like big church stained glass windows. And
who got church windows on their mansion? Is this a church or is this a house? God damn it! Are you kidding me, bro? What in the world is going on?
Can't really see through stained glass windows like the colored ones, but if you go really close and you look through the white parts, you could kind of see clearly what is on the inside. And this room is like a bizarre church replica without all of the seating. It's just a big church-like room, and all of the people that were in there had their masks off, and it was like a big circle and almost looked like an initiation. And all of these celebrities are standing around in a circle around the other 9 new people. It was 10 excluding me, and there was big TV grade cameras recording, and it looked like the group of celebrities and everybody else that was there was kind of cheering them on. But then there was clearly people in there that were much more serious and kind of threatening, and the 10 new people were
serious and threatening. Sheesh.
In the middle of this room being forced to do horrible things.
Now, I'm going to play a video after I'm done with this, because he just said they did horrible things. He didn't go in detail. And apparently, this story has, well, not apparently, the story has took a lot of traction. He has 1.1 million views. So people was requesting him to go in more detail or to call names. And he spoke on that, and I'm going to play that video after I'm done playing this one, just for full context. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Things that I wish I could unsee. And the new people clearly didn't want to do these things. They were being forced to do these things. And
so they made a vow going into the room, and then when they went into the room, the stuff that they wanted them to do was so horrible that they didn't want to do it? Are you kidding me? Bro, you just, I mean, whoever it is that did this, these females and males, allegedly, this whole thing is alleged, you know what I'm saying? If this actually happened is what I'm saying, right? So you denounced God, go into this room, and now you say no to what? If you denounce God, I mean, what are you saying no to? Everything is on the table after that. If you're denouncing your creator that created you, talk about biting the hand that feeds you, right? God created you and gave you life, and then you're going to denounce that which created you? Make it make sense. And then you're going to say no to what? A request? Man, after doing that, you should be a yes man or yes woman. Because if you're going to denounce God, that is the highest order right there. There's nothing else for you to, you're not standing on nothing if you denounce God. You're supposed to be an open goddamn book of deception, lies, treachery, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. There's no boundaries after that. That's insane to me.
They were clearly recording it, and I see my friend being forced to do these horrible things in front of these people and in front of these cameras. I just start panicking. I don't know what to do.
Oh, so they filming it too? Damn.
But so in my head, I'm like, I just need to get out of here. So I start speed walking to the front of the house, and I'm thinking I need to get out of this gate. There's only one street. We're on Laurel Canyon. So
now again, if this dude is telling a lie on this story that his experience at this mansion party in Hollywood. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, give this man an Oscar. Give him a goddamn Oscar, all right? He's good. He's good.
It's either I go left and start running towards Studio City, or I go right and start running towards West Hollywood. I'm not about to go knock on other people's doors. I'm just trying to get back to like civilization. And I'm trying to remember if we're closer to Studio City or if we're closer to West Hollywood. I don't even know. As I get to the front of the house, one of the employees is standing there, and he's standing in front of a car, and he has my phone. I'm not sure if he knows that I just saw everything, so I'm kind of standing there deer in headlights, but he just politely goes, here's your phone and here's your ride. Don't worry, the driver will take you home. So I take my phone and I sit in the car, and I'm trying to gauge to see if this driver has any malicious intent, but he doesn't seem to. And within the first 3 minutes, I know that they don't think I saw anything. They were just getting my stuff prepared and my car prepared.
Oh, so according to him, yes, he didn't accept and he was kicked out. They gave him back his phone and brought him home, or brought him wherever he wanted to go, but they didn't know that he was peeking through the window. Damn, so it could have been different, huh? Because they got your phone and they got your transport. Damn, son. Man, that's wild. Man, listen.
To take me home, because they're under the impression that I didn't see anything too bad, and I got kicked out before any horrible things started happening to people inside of this party. So I get in the car and I'm checking my phone, and my phone is fully charged when I got here, so I don't know what they did, but my phone won't turn on. I have to sit through this 30-minute car ride.
Wait, your phone was fully charged, and when you left, your phone was dead? Bruh, what kind of operation is these people? They are very scary, bruh. If this is true, they very scary, bro. How do I go somewhere, have a full battery in my phone? My battery is not weak. It's not draining. It's not like it's not charging. My phone's working perfectly. And when I leave, my battery is dead. I didn't spend 24 hours at the spot. How is my batteries dead? That, man, what? Run, Forrest, run. I don't know why you even talking about this story right now. Shit. You brave enough to tell us about this story. Got to be more careful.
One of my best friends is back at this party.
Again, this is if the story is real, because I don't know. This is all alleged. Allegedly. This is done on a fair use with no malice intent. No names are called, obviously, of who these people are or whatever, so there should not be any issues. Let's continue.
Getting mistreated and recorded doing horrible things, and I can't tell anybody. So I get through this 30-minute horrible suspense-filled car ride, thinking about all of the people that were so nice to me inside of this party, and the whole intent of this party was to butter me up to get me to do these horrible things. And when I finally get back to my apartment, I run upstairs, I plug my phone into the charger, and the first texts that come through are from my friend Joe. And I completely forgot that my friend Joe was coming to visit me. He was coming on a little mini vacation, and I was going to play tour guide and show him around the city. So now I'm thinking,
Oh man, 19 years old. Try to put yourself in his shoe, right? Seeing what he saw, you know what I mean? This whole ordeal. Man, this is true, man. I don't know what I would do. They probably would have, you know what I'm saying? They probably would have got rid of me. Yeah, they probably would have got rid of me. As a matter of fact, I don't think I would be in that type of situation that he is in. My spidey senses would have been tingling from the jump. And I would have taken some counsel from my friend that told me, man, listen, that dude is not what you think he is, all right? And then going to a party and have to sign an NDA and give him away my phone, bro, I'm not giving up my phone, bro. The party can stay, bro. I'm good. If this is all the shit that I need to do to actually come up on YouTube, nah, I ain't doing it. I will do my stuff organically. All right? And it depends on how you're taught too as a child, you know what I'm saying? If you're taught to actually work hard for the things that you want and to not look for handouts, then, you know, it's going to be easier for you to see these red flags, because nothing in this world is really free if you really think about it. There's a cost for everything. So in terms of this story, the cost is these individuals had to denounce God, their creator. That is a heavy, heavy cost for any type of alleged material success. No, man. Why would I go against the source? The source made all material. You know what I'm saying? So why would I denounce the source? It just don't make no sense to me. But I'm thinking, I'm not 19. I'm not this dude that was in Hollywood and had all these ambitions. Yeah, well, it's tough. That's all I gotta say. Wow.
I have like 4.5 hours to sleep before I have to go pick up my friend from the airport. And I still don't know if my other friend is okay. So I'm blowing up David's phone because he's still at this party, but I set a timer so I get to the airport to pick up my other friend. So I barely get any sleep. I drive to LAX to go pick up Joe, and I drive back to my apartment.
Shout out to Joe, his friend that came in to go on vacation. I mean, Joe kind of saved the day if you really have listened to this story in a way. You know what I mean? Yep.
And then when I'm coming back into my apartment, David's in the lobby and he's talking to some other big creators, like bouncing video ideas. It's like 9:30, 10 a.m. at this point. So we're just kind of having coffee by the cafe and chatting. I tell Joe to go upstairs to my apartment and drop off his luggage. And I go ask David if I could talk to him really quick. I'm clearly very distressed and he's being very jokey with me. And he doesn't seem like anything bad happened. And he's just kind of making fun of me for getting kicked out of the party. I'm just letting him talk for a little bit. And I finally tell him I was looking in through the next window. I saw what they made him do. And I was just asking him if he's okay. And the second I said that, he immediately switched on me. And he started damn near cussing me out and saying friendship ending things. And his eyes turned from happy and giddy to filled with almost fear and a little bit of betrayal when he.
Wow. So he told him that he saw what they was doing to him in the room, and his emotions switched up. He got angry, you know what I'm saying, a little bit fearful. Man, this man, like I said, if this dude is lying about this story, he is good. He is good. I can't corroborate none of it. I'm just saying, if he's lying, man, he's a hell of a writer, boy.
Stormed off. He pulled out his phone and he was calling somebody as if he was like reporting something back to them. I immediately start freaking out. I assume that he's telling me that I saw what they did. And now I have my friend upstairs who thinks he's just on vacation when I just saw hyper successful rich people doing unspeakable acts, and they have all of the resources to come after me. They know where I live, and David isn't even on my side because the dirt that they have on him now. I have to pretend that everything's okay to Joe because he flew all the way out here for a vacation, and
So that's a messed up situation to be in. The friend just came for the vacation. Your other friend that was locked up in this alleged room and had unspeakable things done to him turned on you, basically called the man and said, yo, he knows. Damn, these same people that sent you a letter to your address without you giving them your address. Oh yeah, you in a world of trouble, sir. World of trouble.
I don't even really know how bad the situation is. I don't even know how to tell him about everything that happened the night before. And I promise.
Hey, please remember to hit the like button. Also, I dropped the link for the brother page so y'all can go sub up. Yeah, let's continue. Let's read.
I'm Joe that we're going to go to Runyon Canyon this morning. So he goes and changes into hiking gear, and I drive him over to Runyon Canyon. We do the hike for a few hours, and when we come back and I check my mail, there's another letter from these people, and I take it to the bathroom because I don't even want Joe to see it. And it's a screenshot of the surveillance footage of me looking in through the window. And
oh no, because he made his friend know what happened. He called the peoples, and the peoples decided to check their video footage. Now they let them know that we got the footage, baby. We see you. Now we know that you actually know for real. You was looking through the window, you sneaky beat. Beep, 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 beep.
a little handwritten note, just a reminder of the worst mistake you've ever made. Curiosity killed the cat. And I start freaking out. I know that.
Wow, just a reminder that this is the worst mistake you ever made. Curiosity kills the cat. Damn.
That David just betrayed me and told them that I saw, and now they have proof that I saw. Now I'm just a walking liability to them, and now they're threatening me, and that was the worst mistake that I've ever made, and insinuating that curiosity killed the cat. I'm the cat, but it's still not enough to tell Joe about what happened. So I just go on with the charade, and I'm just playing tourist, bringing my friend around the city. And the first day, nothing happened. And to this day, I firmly believe that the only reason they didn't do anything to me is because Joe was there with me that whole week, and he had just finished the police academy. He was officially a police officer. So I think me being with him is the only thing that kept me safe, because
see what I told you? His friend Joe pretty much kind of like saved his life in this situation, right? Because who knows, according to the story, who knows what these people would have done to this dude, bruh? Again, not having your family around, none of that. In this city, young, just coming out of high school, probably doing college, or looking to, make it in the world, bruh. We need our people, bruh. We need our people. This right here is insane when you think about this story, bro. Wow.
Weren't willing to do anything to a police officer. And I knew for sure they were keeping an eye on me the next day because Joe asked me the night before if I had half and half for our coffees the next morning. And I didn't have any half and half. And he just jokingly said, who has coffee and doesn't have half and half? It was a conversation in passing. It was a joke. And the next morning we woke up and there was a full half and half in my fridge. And the only reason I noticed that is because Joe said, thanks for running out early and grabbing half and half. You didn't have to do that. I was kidding. I didn't go and...
Bruh, they broke into the man house, bro. They broke into the man house and put a half and half, bruh. Remember, they know where he lives, so that's not really surprising that. But, yo, the detail, listen to this shit.
Grab that half and half. I knew that somebody was not only listening, but entered my apartment that night while we were sleeping. And then they started to do these things that only I would notice. Things that if you told anybody, they would look at you like you were crazy. Each night that we came home and we were just winding down and watching TV, I would go to turn my TV on and the remote control wouldn't work. And I would check the batteries and the batteries would be switched from positive to negative and negative to positive. Like they came into my house and just flipped my batteries. I know that my remote control worked.
What kind of creepy shit is that, bruh? Bruh. Yo, bro, damn, what would y'all have done, bro? What would you have done at this point in this story that this young 19-year-old kid is at? Come in your house, they switch the battery positions in the damn remote. That's how much time they got, bro. That's how much access. That's how comfortable they are in your home. No, this is not your home. This is their home. You just living in it, paying the bills. No, they can come in here whenever they like. Damn. Now, that's a message right there.
The day before, and they just needed me to know that they were in my house and flipped my batteries, just to let me know that they were invading my privacy on a daily basis. And then it started escalating to when I would take Joe to lunch, or we would pop to the grocery store, or we would go to the movies, and we would come back to the car, and my left blinker.
Oh, and remember, this dude he's rolling with, Joe, is an official police officer. And these people out here doing this around this man's house, allegedly, God, to be more careful.
Would be on. They would just open my car and put it down. And every time we would come back to the car, my left turning signal would be on. It happened like 6 times. How can I tell anybody that somebody broke into my car and turned my left signal down? It's something that only I would notice. And I can't tell Joe because I'm not trying to scare him. And it's also something that I don't even think he would take seriously. He would probably say, you probably hit it down when you were stepping out of the car. And
big facts. Yo, they even mess with the bad car, bro. Oh my God.
Then things started to pick up. They started to do very specific things to me that weren't just by chance. We came home one day and I locked the door behind me like I was doing every time because I was super, super paranoid. My apartment door lock just locked swiftly. My apartment door lock doesn't lock swiftly. I would have to like press into it and jiggle it and force it to lock. And it's been like that since I moved in. And it had this sharp little nub on the front that I would feel with my thumb every single day. And one of the days we came home and it just smoothly locked and the nub wasn't there. So they were letting me know that I can't even lock them out. But how do I?
Now, bruh. This is stalking 1,000,000%. Jesus. Come on, man.
I tell anybody that they're doing this to me because they would just say the apartment was probably aware of it and changed it. And I still wasn't able to tell Joe because I would think that he would come to the same conclusion. But then the next day, we go to the car to go to breakfast and we get into my old car that I've had for 5 or 6 years at the time. And I grab my gear shifter and I go to pull it into reverse and it smoothly goes from park to reverse. And my gear shifter doesn't smoothly go from park to reverse. You have to wiggle it in a certain way. You have to press the button.
Come on, man. They fixed the man. They out here fixing everything, bruh. Letting it, changing everything that this man touch to let him know how present they are. It's like they, according to him, like based on what he's saying, it's like they want him to know, yo, there's nowhere you go that we are not. Damn.
with your thumb in a certain way to get it into reverse. I only know this because I drove this car every single day for 5 years, and this gear shift.
Man, big salute to my brother Mel W. Hey Mel, I did a video on my main channel, bro. I don't know if you checked it out. 2 of them. It was yesterday. One was early, and then one was late last night. I would love for you to check it out, bro. You and O Speaks, I would love for us to have a panel where we could actually talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That topic that I mentioned. All right. Good morning to you, my brother. Salute.
Is pretty much broken. It's an old car. And that morning I got into my car and it smoothly went from park to reverse, and the wooden finish on the gear shifter was different. Mine had scratches on it and this one was brand new. So they were telling me not only are they able to just break into my car and turn the left signal down, they're also willing to manipulate my car. Now I know for sure Joe isn't safe either, and me not telling him these things puts him into danger because I'm driving him around in this car. And if they could change my gear shifter, why wouldn't they be able to cut my brakes? So I basically
bingo, that part. If they could change all those little specific things, why don't you think they could actually do some damage to your car? They're letting you know that they got access to your every move, bro. Man, this story is creepy as hell. Yeah, bro, I appreciate that.
just break.
Good morning, Miss Chicago. What's up? You woke up? I ain't sleep yet, but you already know. After this live, I'm going to sleep.
Down, and I have to tell Joe everything from start to finish about this weird party with this weird agent and the little things that I've been noticing all week, and that this was the last straw. And Joe believed me because we used to drive around in my car together all the time, and sometimes he would drive my car, and he made me promise that I did not get that fixed. The gear shifter was still broken yesterday and it's fixed today, and I didn't do that. So that
shout out to this man Fred, right? According to the story, again, if this dude is lying, man, he is too good. Because this story is too detailed for me. I'm finding a hard time not believing this, man. I really want this story to be not true deep down in my soul, in my spirit. But the more I'm listening to the dude, the more he's like, the story's just way too detailed, bro. And looking at him talking about the story makes it even worse. Like, yo, I'm telling you, man, this is wild.
That won him over, and he basically said, we need to get out of here. It shook him too. He didn't like the idea of these people in the house. When I told
shout out to his friend, because that's exactly what I would have told you, bro. We need to get the hell up out of here. I'm a police officer and all, but you got to know when to run, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
Him I didn't get the half and half. When I told him all of these things that were adding up over the last couple of days, it freaked him out. He's like, bro, we got to go back to your apartment. We got to get your stuff. We got to get you out of here. Then my entire world is shattering. I moved out here and all of these things were going great for me, and I had a place and I had friends, and I didn't want to leave. Maybe the stuff will die out. I'll be able to work with other people. It's going to be okay. I don't want to just leave my apartment, leave all my stuff. But Joe insisted that we went back to my apartment to grab his stuff and mine and then go stay at a motel before he leaves the next day. And when we
so Broski wasn't even trying to go back to the motel. Oh my God. He wasn't even trying to go back to his apartment. He was that scared, bro. I would have been terrified. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Got to my apartment, David was in the lobby with other creators by the cafe again, and I went up to him. I didn't really have any idea about what I was going to say to him. All he did was hand me a coffee, ignore everything that I said, and walk away. But then when I looked at the coffee, it had a little napkin wrapped around it. I saw that something was written in Sharpie on the napkin. It said, "I'm so sorry. You have to leave tomorrow with him. Otherwise, it's me and you." And I went,
what? Yo. So they gave him coffee with a cute little message on the napkin, like, yo, I'm so sorry that you guys are leaving tomorrow. Because if he didn't, it would be me and you. Damn. The subtle mafia type threats, huh? Wow.
Went upstairs and I packed a couple backpacks and I left LA the next morning with my friend and I never went back. Joe and I rushed out of that city as fast as we could. I packed as much of my stuff as I could and we just started driving. We were both genuinely scared for our safety at that point. So we decided to skip Joe's scheduled flight and just drive to Las Vegas. And then we were just gonna fly home from there. There was something that just felt comforting about being out of the state. Not to mention, Joe wanted a real briefing about what went down, because I had just basically told him the cliff notes and begged him to believe so that we could pick up and leave as soon as possible. For the first 2 hours of the drive, we primarily kept our heads on a swivel and just made sure that we didn't take any wrong turns to further extend this trip. There were a few cars that made me feel like we were being followed, but it was just my paranoia enhancing an A-type personality driver into a stalker. Once we were—
Yo. I would be paranoid too, bro. I'm not laughing at you, bro. It's just funny. Now you were looking at these cars in your rearview mirror based off this horrible experience that he has with people stalking him, right? So now he's like, "Yo, is that them? And is that car? Is that them? You know, is that those people? Man, whoo, that's tough."
We were out of California state lines and into Nevada, we could both finally exit. I felt real relief wash over me for the first time since I got kicked out of that party. We stopped about 15 minutes into Nevada at a pit stop. We used their Wi-Fi to book a hotel for Vegas that night, along with the plane tickets for the next morning.
Shout out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, yes.
Once we had our escape plan fully booked, Joe just started laughing and I couldn't help but just start laughing too. We shared a lot of crazy stories growing up and we always seemed to find ourselves in sticky situations together. So it was just hilarious that his fun trip to visit me turned into this. It felt
so his friend, again, if this dude is lying, this dude should be writing movie scripts because his best friend and him been through all weird stuff, and now this is probably one of the weirdest he's been through, and his friend is there again, and his friend is a police officer at that. So he kind of low-key saved his life just being around. Damn.
felt really good to laugh about it because it made me feel like it was finally over. We got back into the car to continue our drive, and Joe playfully said, "So you have 1 hour to explain to me why we're fleeing Los Angeles over some half and half and a gear shifter before we get to Vegas and we make this trip worth it." I realized how bizarre this whole situation must have looked from his perspective. He flew in for a fun vacation and arrived to see his friend in a crisis. As I started to explain to him the series of events, things really started to click for me, especially with his input as a police officer. I'm going to recap some of the events that I had already explained, but with the conclusions that we came to together. Clearly, the man that invited us to the party was a predator, and we were just perfect targets for him. We were young kids with enough of
bingo. That is the word, man. Yo, I'm telling you, predator is not exclusive to persons that, you know, target younger children. A predator can be a criminal that target a certain demographic of adults too. All right, so take note to that. Take note to that.
a following on socials to influence all of the other young creators in the area. We had just made a major change in our life by moving across the country, and we were completely isolated from our families who we could consult with about important decision making. And we were in a bad financial situation because at the time, just having a following on the internet didn't equal revenue. We were
bruh, no family, no income, on your own, right? And you're young. Come on, man. Nobody around to say, give you that advice, bro. They were perfect targets. Those are key things he just said. Let me play that back again. Let me play that back.
That we came to together. Clearly, the man that invited us to the party was a predator, and we were just perfect targets for him. We were young kids with enough of a following on socials to influence all of the other young creators in the area. We had just made a major change in our life by moving across the country, and we were completely isolated from our families who we could consult with about important decision making. And we were in a bad financial situation because at the time, just having a following on the internet didn't equal revenue. We were perfect targets to be indoctrinated into a system where they
bruh, come on, man. Think about what the young man is saying. Those are all the red flags, bro. They were definitely the perfect target. So we got to teach our babies about stuff like this. If this story is any way, shape, or form close to being true, oh yeah, we got to teach the babies, bro. We gotta teach the babies so they can protect themselves. Right, because it's coming to a point now where things have to be accelerated in terms of, you know, you teaching your children, you know, stuff to look out for, defense, you know, having discipline, defense mechanism and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's way overdue. Real talk.
they could have full control over our budding careers. And apparently that's exactly what cult-like communities look for potential members. Not to mention, we were in LA trying to make a career in entertainment, and it seemed like they held the key to our dreams. As I was explaining to Joe the invitation and how it showed up to my house, we came to the conclusion that this guy approaching us at that party was not a coincidence. He had to have been scouting us prior to the time that I thought that we just met by chance.
Bingo. That's exactly what predators do. So now, just looking at it after the fact of what happened, you know, he coming to see like, yo, damn, they probably was checking us out from the jump. Man, when I tell you this story is interesting, this story is scary, this story is wild.
Party itself was a trap as well. When I finally had the chance to process what he said to me about the slow drip is better than a flood, it really started to make sense. Each room was designed to slowly introduce you into giving into temptation and sin. Everybody there being so nice and inviting was clearly on purpose. Seeing all of these people that you've looked up to for years indulging in these temptations of each room and inviting you to join in with them is perfect peer pressure. You don't want to let your idols down, so you voluntarily engage in an activity in each room that just gets progressively worse and worse. And of course, they start with flirtiness and overeating delicious food. And of course,
yo, I'm sure if a person that is, you know, starkly religious was to listen to this story and listen to how those rooms and the colors and stuff like that, I'm sure there's a lot of things they could break down, honestly. But when you think about it too, it's like, damn, this boy, man, listen.
Spirits, because those things are so easy to give into. But the temptations of the night keep getting worse as you go on. He wanted me to feel the slow drip, so when it was time to commit the heinous acts of the 6th room, it didn't feel like a flood. It's clear why they kicked me out.
Slow drip, better than a big flood, huh? Still didn't work on this kid. Allegedly.
They did. I wasn't indulging the way everybody else had. And when it came to the time to defame my religion, it was the last straw. Most people, like myself, would think it was just part of the party theme. But to them, it's...
Man, listen, thank goodness the young man had that part of him. Like, I'm not going to denounce my religion. I'm not going to denounce my God. Not for nothing. Hell no. Shout out to the young man for that.
The test to see if you're broken down enough to defame your religion for the fun of the party. That's why the 6th room was the flood. It was dramatically worse than the rooms that I had experienced. And the only way somebody would give into the peer pressure to do what they were doing in that room is them being primed to do so with everything that happened before and had just spoken the words that they're not God-fearing. I realized that the people that would go to that party didn't just blow up overnight because of the power of that little cultish group. They scouted young creators like myself and David, who they believed were going to blow up regardless of their health, and get them to...
Woo! So because you're young and naive, right? Because you are young and naive, you're thinking, yeah, this dude, you know, he saw something special in me and he's gonna make me famous. When, yeah, they already knew you was gonna blow up because of who you are and the influence that you're building already. They saw the potential, so they decided, yo, let me control this potential. Again, please protect our babies, whether they singing, acting, whatever the case might be. Any involvement in entertainment, you need special hands on your children or your peoples, right? So they could stay safe, and not get caught up in any craziness. But yeah,
to commit heinous acts on camera. So when they did eventually blow up, they had the perfect blackmail on them to control. They would try to get to you early, so before you were making money independently, so that they could control you. Because if you were already established and wealthy, why would you even care about going to a party like this? You just don't care. It's too late for them to infiltrate your life. Do they help you with big collaborations? Yeah, but these collaborations are built off of fear and trauma. That's how they keep their group so tight. You can't get into this group unless you also do these horrible things. They kicked me out and let me leave because they thought I actually didn't see anything too bad. From the outside perspective, I had just gone to a cool A-list party in a beautiful home filled with beautiful people and amazing food. I couldn't say anything bad about it publicly without sounding bitter that I got kicked out. That's how groups like this need to operate.
Yo, listen to that. The man couldn't say nothing publicly without sounding bitter because of his popularity, and they would have had so much other persons coming out. Does it sound familiar? Didn't Cat Williams go up and say some things and people said he was hating? Doesn't it sound familiar? This dude just didn't come up and say anything, but he's been quietly dealing with that energy from the family. That, yeah.
From the outside looking in, it has to look amazing and wonderful to be a part of. From the inside, they need blackmail that's so bad on that you can never speak out against it without getting your reputation destroyed. It made sense why they went after me the way they did. They need to do things to me that only I would notice because they couldn't be seen openly harassing. It would make them look bad. So they had to infiltrate my privacy and scare me secretly. I still don't know how far they would have gone to get me to leave the city. If they would get violent or try to get me to fall victim to an accident. But they wanted to scare me out of the city. And I thought back to my very kind friend that warned me about this part and how secretive he was being about how much he knew about it. He couldn't just openly say how weird those people were because it would make him a target. He just knew that if he kindly declined their offers and acted like he knew nothing about them, he could go about pursuing his career unbothered. And it really made sense why they would target potential big creators as well. Because if
So even his friend had to turn his back on him. Man, this story is bonkers, bruh. Absolute bonkers. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section, man. And I'm going to, you say you're going to delete this one soon. Let's listen. This is the follow-up.
All right, so what if there's a way that people could pay you for the...
This is a follow-up. Let's get it.
a few months ago the other day to TikTok, and it got over 4 million views overnight. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's about this party that I got invited to in LA. And when I initially dropped it, it didn't really get any traction. I'm pretty sure the first time I dropped it, got like 20,000 views. I was just like, I guess nobody cares about the weird thing that happened to me in LA. I guess it's a boring story. I guess it's not cool. I guess we're just gonna move on here. And I just kind of let it go. I just like let it slide. I just moved on with my life. I just kept making other content. But in this past month, it blew up. It blew up on YouTube, so I decided to re-upload it to TikTok, and it went crazy. And so many people were asking me so many things. People were accusing me of things. People were trying to find inconsistencies in the story. People were being outright victim blamers. And I kind of realized why it just blew up recently with everything that's going on with Diddy, Ryan Garcia, and the...
This is why he's explaining why his video got viral. 1.1 million views. He has 200 and something thousand subscribers. But still, you know, it wasn't really getting that traction. But then with all the stuff going around, it kind of ties into the house party situation. This is why you know, with the whole Diddy thing, I'm gonna wait before I actually do some reaction to that, because, you know, it's a lot of clowning going on with it. When it really gets serious, like with the case stuff, then I might look into it even more and have a conversation around it. Shit, we can have a conversation around it right now, because we know how to articulate ourselves, right? And not end up in any defamation lawsuits. Yeah, that part. But yeah, that situation is very serious. I have a lot of questions with the whole Diddy thing, but let's see what the broski's saying.
Drake Bell stuff. So I kind of see why the public attention is on it. But one of the main accusations was that I did this after all of that stuff. But if you go check when I uploaded this video, it was over 3 months ago. I uploaded it before any of these people came out, before any of these accusations, before any of this stuff was released. And I know there's been similar stories and people say similar things about weird stuff that happens in LA. But I don't think anybody has put out such a detailed account of the stuff that happens there. And that...
So I guess I'm not the only one that, like, even when you're just, this man was just telling this story, now you got attacked for it. I mean, come on, man. Give the man a break. Did anybody entertain the idea that this dude is telling the truth? And just for a second, think about the ramifications of that, man. Yeah, think about it, bro. It ain't nice. It ain't pretty.
Kind of moves me on to my next point. There's a couple things I want to address in this, and I just want to clear up everything for you guys. I'm going to go over all of the most common comments that I got, the most common accusations that I got, just what it seems like you guys want to know the most about. And I'm not sure how much more detailed I could really be about the party in general or the entire experience in general. I could definitely go into more of the stuff of how they were messing with me after. Let me know if you guys want to hear that. But a lot of people are telling me to say what I saw in the 6th room. And that confuses me a little bit, because I don't know why you guys want me to say it. Do you guys want me to give you like vivid, horrible descriptions of illegal activities that are like disgusting and done to people that they shouldn't be done to?
This is the part that I want to own in on, because he's saying people just want to hear exposure. It's all entertainment for them, right? This right here solidifies my thought process that, bro, this dude can't be telling a lie, bro. He just can't. I don't think he is, bro. Based on all that I've heard from him, this video is like the icing on the cake. Like, dude is saying, man, this is not no entertainment, bro. This is a real life situation. Why would you want me to name names? These people could have me locked into a defamation lawsuit. We signed an NDA. Like, what do you? Come on, bro. Stop it. This is not play. This is real life. Y'all need to stop, right? Damn.
It's a bit weird to me. You want to hear those words come out of my mouth. I don't want to describe it to you. It's grotesque. It's disgusting. It's hideous. It's heinous. Stuff that they do is unspeakable. It's like gross, and they record it so they can hold it over you for your entire life. So for the people that are saying, say what they did, I want to hear it come out of your mouth. That's gross. It's a little bit weird that you so desperately want me to explain to you what I saw. What I saw was horrible. What I saw was illegal, and what I saw was inhumane, and I don't want to say it. Like, I don't.
Man, I believe the dude, man. Tell me what y'all think. That's my time. I need to get me some Z's. You know what I'm saying? And we going live later on on the main channel. Look at the title. Go check it. Let me drop it too. I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all need to let me know what y'all think, man, about this actual you know, shit, what the hell? This actual story that this dude expressed on here. Let me know what y'all think. I want you guys to go to my main channel. I'm gonna go live this afternoon or this evening, depending on the rest level of my body. I already scheduled the live. I'm gonna copy the link and put it in the chat. Let me stop sharing this. I already sent you. Go to my next live stream scheduled. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Yeah, y'all can go hit this link right here for me for my next live stream on the main channel. If you're not yet subbed up, make sure you go sub up to the main channel, right? Boom. It's right there. And yeah, man, I thought I'd share this story with y'all. For me personally, I'm fighting very hard that this dude made up this entire thing. It just seems too much to make up. There's too much detail, bro. It's either if he made this up, he got to be a writer. Like he got to be a writer by profession to make up this story. And then some of the things within the story makes you go, it can't. Nah, it can't be, bro. He can't be telling a lie. I'm sorry. It just, and then I'm hoping he's lying, because what does that mean? These types of parts, this is what is going on? Man, I don't want my kid to go anywhere near Hollywood or anywhere like that. If there's somewhere like that in Jamaica, Lord have mercy, please, Lord. Whoo! Please. Man, I hope I never go near it, Lord. Please. No, sir. Can't do it. Won't do it. Man, but shout out to the dude. If the story is real, he did not denounce God. He did not denounce his religion or his creator. That right there is a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? He's still alive. The channel is still doing good. He got 200,000 plus subs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to him. Y'all have a blessed morning, man. I'm out of here. I gotta go. Gotta get some rest. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Shout out to Mel W. Miss Chicago, CX, Lions Den, T-Rail. Shout out to all y'all brothers, man. Shout out to Miss Ann. I don't know if anybody sent me nothing on the PayPal link. Any donations there? Obviously, I didn't mention. Well, you guys should know by now. The link is always pinned at the top. Yeah. All right, so I don't see anything. Thank you guys again for coming through. Remember to hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already. And if you're the tractor shit, hit the dislike button. Why not? Thank you kindly. All right, I'm out. Peace.